Okay, Art of War fans, welcome back. We're checking out the new troops. So we have the Royal Sages, the Tauntman, and Royal Musket Guards. Now, on paper, I was like, oh my goodness, these Royal Musket Guards are insane. They are absolutely just going to, murder everybody, all that good stuff. So let's take a look at them. Royal Musket Guards, info, level 10, okay, 756 physical attack, they're fast, decent health, there's the 9 count, 1.2 attack speed, so that's good range, and attack the closest target. And then shooting range is 10. On top of that, they have the armor piercing shot, which does 945, and 15%, 1.5 defense reduction. It stacks 30 times. And the only thing I can think of, it doesn't really say when this goes off. So is it every single shot? It mustn't be, because they should be hitting for 1600 a pop. 945 and 740, 56. So that's what I was thinking. They're going to be hitting for 1600 a pop pretty easy if that's going off every time. But maybe it's not going. I'm a little confused on this armor piercing shot. If someone can describe this to me in the comments a little bit more lucidly, but it seemed to me like they should just be absolutely going off on stuff compared to the Peltas, which has a 925. They got the attack increase and stuff like that, but and puncture multiple targets and stuff like that. But still, with that, I thought, these guys are going to be hitting a lot harder, even though they're single targets or whatever. Okay. Now we have the Tauntman, and yes, I'm going to be doing some fights here and showing these guys off here. Now, the Tauntman's kind of cool. Got decent health, especially for the purple troop. Physical attack is he hits pretty hard too. Closest target, melee. So he's got this taunt that just basically taunts, pretty much the whole enemy army, basically. 6 by 21. Control time is 2 seconds, a duration of 2 seconds, and he does a little cooldown. So it's right off the bat, he does a little taunt. So that's kind of cool. And then last but not least, we're going to look at, where you go, Royal Guard or whatever the thing is. Where is it? Royal Sage, I'm sorry. And here's the Royal Sage. 1600 70 magic attack. It hits like a large group, but I mean 70 is like nothing. Like if you have 1600 health, getting hit for 70 doesn't really do anything. Infinity, rounded shape, range. Okay, so this starts stacking. It does 20% speed increase and attack increase. So if it's at 70, you get a 20% increase, then it's gonna, next one should hit for 84, and then so on, just exponentially. The only problem is, if these guys do any kind of damage, they just need all day long. So for Infinity Wars, they're okay. They're not going to replace anything, though, that I can tell. Okay. Enough of that. Let's go into some battles here. So I threw this on defense, and I implemented Royal Musket Guard here. I got the Tauntman there, and our Royal Sage. Let's put the Royal Sage there. Yeah, right there. Yeah, right there. Okay. All right, let's do some training. Now on my attack, also I have a Tauntman here. I put a Royal Sage there, and Musket Guards. Now I paired these with our Peltas, so because that's the main thing that we really want to compare is Peltas versus Royal Musket Guards. So what's going to do the damage? Are these guys just going to be the next big thing? They're going to take over the Peltas, Let's hit the fight button. Let's see what's up here. So what's cool about the Tauntman is, look, he right up here in the middle of my guys, he pulled everybody in. Even the angel ran up to that Tauntman. and my guys ran back here to his taunt man. So I really spread the battle out, but I like how he pull that angel forward. So that'll pretty much stop angel forms from wrecking you. And it looks like we're going to get the W here. And then we're going to check out the damage done by the Peltas, everybody here, see what's going on. Okay, we won that one fairly convincingly. All right, so here is our Selene offense. So the tauntman, not a lot of damage. Let's look at control time. So he's got 102 control time, which is decent. Oops, I'm sorry. And let's look at the damage. Okay, here is our Royal Sage right here in the middle, 49,000. So I'm sorry to say this, guys, but in your arena battles, unless you guys can show me otherwise, I'm pretty convinced that the Royal Sages are pretty much trash. I do not recommend them. Okay, now the tauntman. Well, let's get back to that. If we go to the musket guards here. Okay, so this one's, we got 3 Peltas and a Royal Musket Guard. The guard did 207,000. Not bad damage, but you look at his little friendly Peltas friends and 370,000, 405,000, and 258. So all the Peltas did more damage than him. Now we have the tauntman. And interestingly, how he pulled in pretty much, not sure how far back that goes, but let's look at my dice. The enemy troops here. So I had bloodthirsty ghouls running up there, and meteor golems. Everything was running up to his guy, and likewise, they were running up to my tauntman, who took a lot of damage. 60,000 hit points is decent. Okay, now let's look at the comparison. What we really wanted to see was how did the Peltas do compared to the Royal Musket Guards here. And we have the level 10 Royal Musket Guard, 96,000. Okay, our Peltas are 349, 258, 176, 281, and 275. And we'll move him around a little bit so we can see, and maybe he was just in the front there, so that's why he didn't do too good. And then the magic sage, whatever this thing is, 45,000. It survived the entire time. It's just, I did an Infinity Wars and they did like 45 million, so it was better than something. So that's about the only thing I can see it is in Infinity Wars. Anyway, so just so I'm not, you don't think I'm, giving this guy a hard time, I'll move him back a little bit, and then we'll hit the training button again, and it's like, okay, maybe if we move him outside, he'll do more damage, just try and give him a fair shake here. And let's see how this goes again. So tauntman, look at that, pulled everybody into this group right here where my meteor golems and bloodthirsty ghouls can just go to work. So if they bring the whole pile in there, the bloodthirsty things just are, man, they heal crazy amounts, even with Selene's initial buff. And you see down here that 2 of my meteor golems and a bloodthirsty ghoul got pulled to his tauntman. Okay, now let's check out the stats again here. All right, so here is the little sage guy, way under the frost archers at 50,000, and pretty pathetic. Tauntman, they don't do a lot of damage, but I think they can have a significant impact on their taunting ability. Okay, Peltas, 282, 261, 232, and then the Royal Musket Guard, 140. So this is pretty much common across the board that they just don't seem to perform compared to the Peltas. Oh man. Okay. So I moved this one over to the side here, and his counterpart did 142,000. He did 110. But then look above where he was last time. where he did like 90 or something, 394, 467, 420, 370, 276. So I've been doing quite a few of these comparison fights, trying to figure out how I can make this guy do a little better. And then, of course, we have the Sage is just 40,000 is about it's about their limit, it seems like. But the tauntman, 252 control time, so pretty crazy there, and just kind of pulled everybody in to where my guys could go to work there a little bit. So some healing there by that bloodthirsty ghoul, but two of them, my bloodthirsties, got pulled into the fight with that other taunt man. So let's do another fight here, and I want particularly, let's move where they do better right there. Okay, particularly watch how they target things, the musketeer guys or whatever. Let's watch how they try and keep your eye on those guys in the fight if you can. Okay, so here they are. Here they just kind of bounce back. What I notice is, it seems to me, is that they take quite a while to target their enemy. It seems like the target acquisition, well, we don't have a lot. I would have liked to have some left at the end so I could kind of show you that the peltasts just kind of go to work. Oh, there's one right there. There he is. See him? And he's just kind of blasé, like running around. I think they would do a lot more damage if they actually were in the fight most of the time, because they have good range. They just shouldn't be. Yeah. So this one got 86,000. I mean, and this one's got 170 and 1,000 here. And look at his peltast counterparts. It just insane. And the Sages just right around 45,000. Okay, and the taunt man control 244. What is it on 62 for that? So guys, yeah, they just kind of, they spread out and they kind of run around, and their target acquisition just takes a while. For whatever reason, they just are really slow at getting targets, and they do a lot of running around. And I'm going to try to do another one so we can maybe get a battle where we got some of those guys at the end and you can see what I'm talking about. But it's pretty sad. Because they got good range. So here we got the guys back here, and they're just kind of firing around pretty good, looks like. And they just run way back, so they got good distance. And here's my guys. Do I have any Royal Guards out? There's one over here in the corner. But look at him, he's just kind of running around, not really doing anything. They're just, they seem, yeah. Let me know if you guys have the same experience. They just seem super slow. Okay, that one did 338. So, wow, that's decent damage. But if you look at the peltast, still, it only outdamaged one of my peltasts, and that's what, the fourth or fifth time we've run them. And here again, all my peltasts beat it by quite a bit. So even no matter where I'm putting this guy, the peltasts just seem to just way out damage it. So I can't justify putting in these Royal Musket Guards as much as I want to. They're just not as good as they should be. So unfortunately, I spent a lot of my coins and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I'm going all out on these bad boys. And you can see I got a few of each, unfortunately, which, unless they change something, I will And I should have just got one level 10 and then been like, all right, let's check it out. But unfortunately, I got quite a few level 8s and stuff like that. So, well, live and learn. But I hope you guys, this helps you out and be like, the tauntman, I'll probably get another tauntman actually. I will probably do another tauntman. But I will not be, unless they do some kind of an upgrade or change the targeting or somehow to keep them from taking forever to target somebody. And they're definitely not hitting for 1,600 a pop on these guys. They're just, that's not happening from what I can tell. It's not hitting every single time. So I don't know if it's every 5th one, because if you look at troops that actually have like the meteor golems, okay, meteor golems, blah blah blah, okay, trigger number. They have trigger numbers, okay. So first is 0. This one throws a meteor right off the bat, the rock roll, and then every 3rd hit, it does it, right? So you know, okay, that's when he does his thing. The Royal Musket Guards, there's no trigger number. So this armor-piercing shot, according to what I'm reading here, should happen every single time. So, unless my math is wrong, 756 and 945 is 1,700, basically. So they should be hitting for 1,700 every time. And I guarantee that's not happening. They would just be wrecking guys. Unless I'm missing something. Plus, yeah. So, until they figure that out, it's just really disappointed. I was really looking forward to the musket guards. I'm like, these things are going to replace all peltasts. But the old reliable, the old peltasts, hanging in there with, you know, they have less range, but they do way more damage. So, I hope this is informative, guys. Why don't we do... Hang on a second. I'll do like a one-on-one peltast versus Royal Musket Guard. Let's see that. All right, peltast versus the Royal Musketeer Guard guys. Okay, here we go. Peltast versus Royal Musketeer Guards. Wow. Well, on paper and one-on-one, did pretty good. Just wrecked the peltasts. But apparently that's the only place that it matters, guys. So my final thoughts are the Royal Sages and the Royal Musket Guards are not worth your time getting. They're harder to get. Well, they're not very hard to get. I think the yellow ones are easier to get than the purple ones. But that being said, they're trash. Peltast is, from what I can tell, in every way better than Royal Musket Guards. Except for that instance right there. But in real arena fights, they have a real hard time targeting who they're going after, it seems like. They're slow in decision making or whatever, I don't know. And the Royal Sages just take way too much time to build up their damage to where they're actually doing enough damage to make a difference. I just did Defenders Infinity Wars and they got me 50 million, so not horrible. That's about the only place. And final thoughts on the tauntman. It seems pretty decent actually. It seems to nullify angel forms pretty good there, and just get the allow your main tanks to survive a little longer. So I'm kind of liking the tauntman. The one that I didn't think I would like, and that's usually how it works for me. The troops that come in, I think like, oh man, I'm gonna go those royal musket guards. They're gonna be awesome. And then there's the massive letdown, and the tauntman. I'm like, oh, that one's gonna suck. And then it turns out to be the most useful one. So all in all, my friends, that is my thoughts on the new troops. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you like the royal line here, the sages or the musket guards? Do you think that my opinions are just horrible here and I'm way off base? Prove me wrong. Okay, friends, have a great day. I'll see you next time.